Hello, and welcome to River Darling Art and ASMR. I'm River, I'm an artist and writer, and I'm a bit of an idiot, so temper your expectations accordingly. Today, I wanted to do some positive affirmations with you. I know it can be really hard at the moment to relax, to unwind. There's so much noise. There's so many things going on in the world, in our personal life, and I, for one, I find it really hard to relax sometimes. So, I'm going to be your companion here for a few minutes, and we are going to talk about some good things. And we're going to talk about some good things that you can think, or you can feel, or you can start learning to feel about yourself. Okay, you ready? You are valued. Sometimes that's hard to believe. I understand that. Sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves to achieve certain things, to perform certain goals, that we underwhelm ourselves with our own achievement. Your achievement is being present and being happy and being content. Your achievement is being another beautiful soul in this world, in this interconnected web of things and events. And you matter, and you're meaningful, and your value isn't tied into any other external measurement of achievement. How do you feel about yourself? You are loved. People around you, the ones that really matter, they see you for who you are. And maybe you're in a situation where you feel like you're not as close to anyone as you'd like to be who sees you for who you are. Our closeness to other people, it's a work in progress. Sometimes we aren't in the tribe or the circle that we'd like to be. But it doesn't mean that you're not seen and appreciated for who you really are. People can still see you and appreciate you and love you in the framework, the context that they know you. They can still admire you. They can still adore you. Familiarity takes time, and your place, your connectedness within a social group, within a work placement, that is a gradual process, but it doesn't remove your value feeling that you don't quite sit in where you'd like to yet. It's okay. It takes time. You know who you are. The people that matter, if they don't know now, they will. Sometimes people don't get us, and that's okay. Because you know who you are. Everyone has their own narrative. Sometimes they're wrapped up in their own story that they can't read you. They don't understand where you're coming from because they're placing you within a context of their own experiences. They might have never met anyone like you before, and they might not be able to understand you. They may apply rules to you that they think they've learned from other people that aren't relevant to you. That isn't personal as much as it'll feel that way at the time. It can be frustrating and confusing, but it isn't about you. It's about them. You know your own narrative. And that can be especially hard, and especially hard depending on the people that you've had around you and the way your experiences have shaped and formed you and how you build that resilience. You know who you are. You've always known who you are. Sometimes it can take realization, but that person deep within, as much as we change, as much as we flow and we grow and we find out new ways to relate ourselves to the world around us, it's still you. It's still that inner voice. It's still that thought, those ideals. Ideals are a tricky thing. Sometimes we don't live up to our own ideals. They're still there in your core. They're still a fundamental part of who you are and how you place yourself on the scheme of how you think people interact, how you believe a correct or kind or just or strong or brave way to interact with the world. You will have that sense of identity that you've instilled in yourself through your ideals. You're a lot more formed than you think you are when you're in a dark place. It's still the same person who can feel endless joy, who can feel endless relief and appreciation, even when you're at your lowest point. You know who you are. And you are a wonderful human being who's growing, who's watching everything change, who remains resilient, who remains kind, who remains understanding. Sometimes we challenge ourselves. Sometimes we take ourselves back to beliefs we were instilled with by other people, by ourselves in previous versions. That's okay. It's okay to look at yourself and go, I'm not quite aligned to my beliefs. That's okay. You have so much time to go back to where you think you should be. You have so much time. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. That's an affirmation I need to make myself. But you're going to be okay. Everything's going to work itself out. You know who you are, and the world will move around you, and you will move within the world. And that constant play, you never plateau. You never get to exactly where you think you're going to go. It's like the phrase, tomorrow never comes. That event horizon shifts. You will never find yourself reaching that end goal, but you pick a happy path as you chase it, as you follow that sun. You are talented. And I don't necessarily mean the traditional way. You might have a skill. You might have a talent. You might just have an innate ability to make people feel better, to make people laugh, to nurture an environment where other people can trust and grow and be vulnerable and question their own identity in the same way I think we all look at ourselves every now and then. You might have a talent that you're worried about pursuing, or there is a blockage or a boundary that makes you feel like you can't pursue that, whether that's financial, whether that's academic. When you're passionate about something, chase it. Always chase it. It's part of you. Everything that makes you feel emblazoned with something that feels important, you don't let go of that. You keep following it. It'll hurt sometimes, but it helps you breathe. and the people who love you, they want nothing more than to see you fulfill that ambition, that drive, that spark. To see you explore the question of, can I do this? They'd love to see that. You would love to see that, and you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to change and grow and accept. You can still be the same person inside while growing. Your perception of self remains self-identifying. You don't wake up tomorrow and feel a completely different person. It's a slow ebb, so slow, like the way coasts erode. You won't notice it happening. You're still you. You will always be you. You're just shifting. In the same way, everything shifts and is transient. You're okay. Everything's going to be okay. You are talented. You are loved. You are appreciated. And you give yourself permission to grow. You're going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Life will play itself out. The people we meet, the places we go, even down to the animals we love. Life will keep playing. You've just got to keep moving with it, sliding and changing, loving yourself and others through meeting people and through losing people. We're all moving through life and we all have our own self-perception. You don't have to punish yourself for losing people. You don't have to punish yourself for meeting anyone. You just accept that those were two stories that intertwined, that made sense, whether they make sense now, whether they make sense in a different way, or maybe they didn't. It's okay. It's normal. I hope you think kindly of yourself tonight. I hope you allow yourself to rest. You drink. You have some food. And you think about something that truly makes you feel happy. That truly gives you joy. Something that doesn't come from another person. That comes from you. An activity or a place or a thing, a type of bird, the sound of trees. Think about something that for you makes you feel at peace. Hold it. I will speak to you soon. I hope these positive affirmations have helped. I think it's important sometimes to accept that human feelings are wobbly and wavy, and it's easy to say positive affirmations that are purely positive. Sometimes it's worth looking at the grey areas and the wobbly bits. It's okay to accept that things aren't perfect, or they usually aren't perfect, but that's still a part of the process. I will speak to you soon, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day.